Hi, I'm Chastity with I Need Thee, and today I'm going to be showing you how I make our family's favorite pizza crust. I hope you enjoy. Alright, so to begin making my pizza crust, first I want to say that with all of my recipes, there's different ways you can fix them. You can be as healthy as you want to be, but everything that I make is homemade, and I use the healthiest ingredients that I can that my family will enjoy. So I've made this pizza crust as a sourdough pizza crust, which I will link to below, or I have made it like I'm going to now, which is with just an all-purpose organic unbleached flour. I do not recommend using a pastry flour for this. I have found that does not work well with yeast, so a lesson I learned the hard way. So to begin with, this is a yeast pizza crust that I'm going to show you. So I have a cup of water that is warmed just a little. I was told once that if it is the temperature that you would want to put a baby in to give them a bath, then that's perfect. So that's kind of what I've always just used my hand to test and make sure that the water is not too hot, just a nice warm temperature. So I'm going to add in 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast, and then I'm going to add a teaspoon of sugar. Today I am using a sucanant sugar, which I believe is the same as just an organic cane sugar. I also just buy organic cane sugar for this also. So we will stir those up, and then this will just set together for about 10 minutes or until it starts proofing, which means that the yeast in the water starts bubbling and it looks a lot. So we can see that my yeast is starting to bubble. It is no longer watery looking, and so we know that it is doing its job and interacting with the water and the sugar, and therefore we know that our dough will rise properly. All right, so our yeast is now ready. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting the other ingredients together, and then I will add our yeast mixture to that. So I'm going to start with 2 cups of flour. It's hard to know an exact on this, I feel like, because depending upon the humidity or just the dryness of maybe where you live, this can always vary a little bit. So I start with 2 cups of flour. And then I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil and a teaspoon of salt. I like to use the Himalayan pink salt in our home. And then I'm going to add in this yeast mixture now that it has gotten bubbly. And so I will mix this up until it forms a nice soft dough. So as I'm running the mixer, I'll just keep watching it and adding a little bit of flour as I need. All right, so my dough has been mixed. I've added in flour to make it nice and soft, and so it's not sticking to my hands. So I'm actually going to just save this dough. I'm going to put it in the fridge. It will expand, so have it in either like double bags or a container with a tight lid. Even in the fridge, it will expand.